very, very much. Wow, what a great reception. What a great crowd. And I bet they can hear this cheering all the way in Washington, D.C. Thank you. Yes, I did this morning. Thank you. And I hope they're paying close attention, because tonight the independent voice of Massachusetts has spoken. From the Berkshires to Boston, from Springfield to Cape Cod, the voters of this Commonwealth defied the odds and the experts. Tonight, the independent majority has delivered a great victory. I thank the people of Massachusetts for electing me as your next United States Senator. Remember that while the honor is mine, this Senate seat belongs to no one person, no one political party, and as I said before, and you've heard it today and you'll hear it loud and clear, this is the people's seat. And when I first started running, I asked for a lot of help because I knew it was going to be me against the machine. I was wrong. It was all of us against the machine. And tonight we have shown everybody now that you are the machine. Ayla and Ariana obviously have been a joy to Gail and me, and we're so grateful to them both for their professionalism and their love and excitement and zest for life. And even for her campaign performances in front of millions of people, you've heard Ayla's voice already on American Idol, and as a Boston College basketball player, many fans know that she's also pretty good on the court. And the reason I bring that up is because when I spoke to the president tonight, I asked the president, because he has a couple of basketball courts there. When I spoke to the president, the first thing I said, would you like me to drive the truck down to Washington so you can see it? And then I said, Mr. President, I know you like basketball, so tell you what, why don't you pick your best player and I'll take Ayla and we'll take you on 2-on-2. Yes, and let me tell you, when I first got the feeling something big was happening in this campaign, it was when I was driving along on a road out in central Massachusetts, and I saw it in my truck, yes, and it has over 201,000 now. And I knew things were really starting to click when I saw a handmade Scott Brown yard sign that I actually had to put there myself. And this little campaign of ours was destined for greater things than any of us knew. And the message went far beyond, the sign that was there placed in the snow. And it all started with me, my truck, and a very few amount of dedicated volunteers. However, it ended with an Air Force One making an emergency run to Logan. I didn't mind when the president came here and criticized me and talked about, some of the things that he disagreed with me on, but let me tell you, when he started to criticize my truck, that's where I draw the line. Throughout this race, we had the machine scared and scrambling, and for them, it's just the beginning of an election year filled with many, many surprises, I can tell you that. They will be challenged again and again across this great land. And when there's trouble in Massachusetts, rest assured, there's trouble everywhere, and they know it. State, I met with people, looked them in the eye, shook their hand, and asked them for their vote. I didn't care about party affiliation, and they didn't worry about mine. It was simply a shared conviction that brought us all together, and for that I'm very thankful. And one thing is clear. One thing is very, very clear as I travel throughout the state. People do not want the trillion-dollar health care plan that is being forced. That is being forced on the American people. And this bill is not being debated openly and fairly. It will raise taxes. It will raise taxes. It will hurt Medicare. It will destroy jobs and run our nation deeper into debt. Yeah, deeper into debt. That's not anything to clap about because it's not in the interest of our state. It's nothing to clap about, and it's not in the interest of our state and our country, and we can do better. I will work with the Senate, in the Senate with the Democrats and Republicans to reform health care in an open and honest way. No more closed-door meetings, backroom deals, backroom deals with an out-of-touch party leadership. No more hiding costs, concealing taxes, collaborating with a special interest, and leaving more trillions in debt for our children to pay. I will work in the Senate to put government back on the side of people who create jobs and the millions of people who need jobs. And remember, as President John F. Kennedy stated, that starts with across-the-board tax cuts for businesses and families to create jobs, put more money in people's pockets and stimulate the economy. It's that simple. I will work with the Senate. I will work with the senators and the Senate to defend our nation's interests and to keep our military second to none. And let me say this with respect to the people who wish to harm us. I believe, and I know all of you believe, that our Constitution and laws exist to protect this nation. Let me make it very, very, very clear. They do not grant rights and privileges to enemies in wartime. In And the message we need to send in dealing with terrorists, our tax dollars should pay for weapons to stop them and not lawyers to defend them.